The Huawei Mate 20 Pro is one of the best phones money can buy, and now that may seem like some really strong words, but I think I can make a pretty good case for it. Let's start by taking a look at the display. It's a 6.39-inch AMOLED screen. It's really bright and it's pin sharp. This thing looks brilliant when you're playing those high-definition games full of colors that pop and sear out your retinas in a horrible way. It's also an absolute powerhouse of the phone. It's got Huawei's latest Kirin 980 processor inside. That is an octa-core beast, and it means that this thing can absolutely munch through anything you're likely to throw at it, from photo editing to gaming, video streaming, any of that, and actually just swiping around the interface is really buttery smooth, so it's actually a nice phone to use. But of course, it's a high-end phone. You'd expect a good screen and plenty of power, but it's the extras that make this phone that bit more exciting. I'm going to start with the in-screen fingerprint scanner, which is exactly what it sounds like. Built into the display is a fingerprint scanner. Now, you can't see this when the display is in use. It just looks like any other phone around. Let's just unlock it. And you can just see that there's nothing here. It's just a regular phone, regular screen. But somehow, underneath that display is a fingerprint scanner. And it works exactly like any other fingerprint scanner you'd have used on previous Android phones or on the iPhone. It's secure enough that you can use it with Android Pay. And if that isn't good enough, there is also 3D face scanning, just like on the most recent iPhones. It uses depth mapping, so you can't trick it with like a printout picture of your own face. Believe me, I did try. But that face unlock might not be quite as secure as the fingerprint scanner, because at the moment you can't use face unlock to verify your bank account details, nor can you use it to make purchases in the Google Play Store. One of the other cool new features that I really like about this phone is with the wireless charging. Now, of course, wireless charging isn't anything new. Why am I talking about that? Well, this is the first phone that has two-way wireless charging. So what that means is that if you've got another phone, let's say, for example, an iPhone 10, and this is running low on power, you can actually use the battery power from the Mate 20 to charge your iPhone 10 just by putting them together. It's two-way wireless charging, sending the power from the Mate 20 into the iPhone 10. Now, that'll work with any phone that supports the Qi wireless charging standard. It could also mean that your headphones, if they charge using that standard, you can place those against the phone, give them a bit of a boost, or just give your friend an extra few cells of juice if they're running low at the end of the night. Now, you've probably noticed that the back has this square camera unit. Now, that includes 3 cameras and a flash. 3 cameras. We've got a standard wide view, we've got a zoomed in view which can go up to 5 times zoom using both optical and digital zooming without much loss of quality. But it's also got a super wide angle view, which gives this huge field of view into the scene that you're looking at. It's a super wide that I really liked using around London, because of course you've got these big wide cityscapes, these tall buildings, and a standard camera view can't really capture all of that very easily. But with the wide angle view, you suddenly get this huge scene, which really opens up some different creative possibilities when you're out shooting in the city. It's also got the same night mode that we've seen before on Huawei's P20 Pro. Now, I said on that phone that it takes the best nighttime shots I've ever seen on a phone, and the Mate 20 Pro is absolutely no exception. This thing is killer at night. It is brilliant. So yeah, you can say that I'm very impressed with this phone, but it's not completely perfect. My biggest gripe is that it doesn't use micro SD cards to expand the storage. Instead, Huawei has actually launched its own proprietary storage that it calls Nano SD. Now, these cards are smaller than micro SD, and it may well be that in the future all phones use this new storage standard. But the problem is that at the moment you can't even buy those cards, so you can't expand the storage of this phone until those cards become available. So you may as well see the Mate 20 Pro right now as non-expandable. That's not a big deal maybe, because the standard storage is 128 gigabytes, so it will take quite a while for you to fill this phone up. Competition in the elite smartphone arena is certainly fierce. We've just seen the OnePlus 6T and the Google Pixel 3, 2 brilliant phones. But I think the Huawei Mate 20 Pro offers some serious competition to both. Not only is it packed with all of the top tech you would expect a flagship phone to have, but it's got those cool new features that actually makes it an exciting phone to own. And it's no reason then that Huawei is the second biggest smartphone manufacturer in the world. But what do you think of the Mate 20 Pro? Is this cool whatever color you call this, twilight, midnight, they've got a name for it. Is that enough to catch your eye, or is your money going elsewhere? Do make sure to let us know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more from CNET.